Hi Taurus, welcome to the new moon solar eclipse in Aries reading for April 20th, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles. Solar eclipse can last for up to 6 months. So we're just getting started in eclipse season, and this is your springboard. And you have the Empress, which is associated with Venus, which is your ruling planet. And so this is a really great springboard, I think. Now, the Empress is birth, right? It is pregnancy for females. It is abundance. It is love and faithfulness. Faithfulness. That's hard to say. It's creativity. It is the solidity of your plans, right? Of your vision and the structure of what it is that you are creating. And that's why it's likened to the earth, right? And all of its inhabitants and all of its creations. It is the vision of the creator and the structure that was put there that allowed it to exist. It is mother, it is female, it is nurturing, it's nature, it's a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's creativity. 3 is the Trinity, so it's an important number. It's a holy number. And let's see how that plays out for you. Can't be bad. Okay. You have the Six of Cups. Now, like I said, new moons bring in new cycles. So this new cycle has some friendly energy to it. You can be reviving things from the past and not wanting to make the same mistakes that we've made in the past. Now we are coming up to a retrograde time, so retrograde always brings back people, situations, places that we revisit for reasons of, well, different for everybody, but it's always to understand and not make the same mistakes or just to reconcile situations. Now you have the King of Cups along with that. So this can be the person who kind of returns here. This is associated with Cancer for me, but this is a very entrepreneurial energy. It's highly emotional, but this king has mastered his emotions, so he's the calm in the storm. Highly, highly intelligent people really enjoy history and have a very soft emotional side that they kind of keep hidden or protected behind a hard outer shell. So there's some stoicism with them. It's not that they're hard people, it's just that they can be stoic. Right? They're not as demonstrative as a Scorpio or a Pisces would be. But they have managed to emotionally balance themselves, and that's what this is. 6 is balance and perfection. So we could be perfecting something. Now, this is very much an entrepreneurial card, so it could be perfecting a business of your own. It could be bringing back something from the past that you would like to perfect or work on again, or things can come up again that you say, okay, I get another chance to work at this situation. We'll get more information on that in a minute. Let's go forward and see. You're behaving like a King of Wands. Okay. So you have some fire. There's an adventurous spirit here with the King of Wands. This is associated with Aries. So Aries is the pioneering spirit. They'll go in first. No problem. No problem with Aries. They want to know, they want to see. And actually they want to be the first, right? Because then they know it. right? Then they know it. And I think that's part of the thing. I want to know it. I want to know what it is. I want to know what it does. I want to know how I can use it. I want to know these things, right? But to know them is to have the experience of it. Very entrepreneurial. These are manager type people, okay? Not the CEOs, but they manage people beautifully. However, somebody who's out of balance will rule with an iron fist, right? They'll manage things with an iron fist. Somebody who's more in balance and understands this King of Cups will do it for the good of the group, okay? With that, you have the Two of Swords. This is peace restored because you can reconcile two opposing thoughts simultaneously. You may not see what's coming. This is the moon in Libra. And I do feel like this moon is going to have a big effect on you as well, where decisions are needed to be made. This can be cutting off something in favor of something else. And this could be, maybe this thing is revised again or it comes back for another review and you either cut off an aspect of it, you cut it off completely for something else. Two is always about duality, so it's this or that, or how can I reconcile them so that they're both working in my favor, that kind of thing, which brings the most amount of peace of mind. Having said that, no matter what situation you're in, there's always challenge and reward, regardless of what you choose. So it's almost kind of like make the choice and then deal with the reward and challenge as it comes. All right. With that, you have the Temperance card. Patience, refinement. So if there is something that came along or somebody who came back, that kind of energy, there is this need to make some big changes. So it's kind of like either things change or I have to let it go. Or I have to cut it off. And I do think that for me this kind of means like logic and reason aren't going to cut it here. It's almost like, so it's kind of like we're negating how we feel about situations. And this person and these cards are all about the feel, right? And so we have to kind of explore our feeling a little bit more and a little less logic and reason, which I think would be kind of scary for a Libra. This is Moon in Libra, right? Because they are all about their their mental faculties. However, when they do balance that out with their intuitive faculties, they are very, very, very psychic people. Both are in balance, right? Okay, and with that you have a very nice card, the Nine of Cups. So we seem to be refining things and being patient so that our wish can come true with the Nine of Cups, so that there's fulfillment, so we feel full, so we have an emotional, fulfilling, whatever it is that you're having here, right? Whatever it is you're personally dealing with, is a general card or general reading. But there's that 9, there's that fulfillment, that's finishing the cycle. Finishing the cycle of what emotionally fulfills you. Okay, let's get some clarity. Okay, you have the Hermit card here. This is wisdom. This is turning knowledge into wisdom. The King of Cups can do that, for sure. So it's taking these elements from the past, all the things that you've learned, all the situations the people that you've come into contact, the information that you received from the people, the emotional, because this is very sharing is caring card, right? So somebody may share their wisdom with you, but it's taking those experiences and turning this knowledge into wisdom. And to do that, we have to take in the knowledge, digest it, so we can pull ourselves out from the external world, become more internal, and then digest the information and turn it into something that will help your situation and eventually other people. The only pitfall with the Hermit card or any 9 card is doom and gloom. The 9 of Cups, I think less, because otherwise it's just kind of gloating. It would be the negative side of that. But the Hermit itself, and indeed the negative side of 9 is a doom and gloom kind of energy. But I don't see that here. Here there can be some insecurities, but it's not necessarily doom and gloom. It's more indecision. So I think this is somebody who can bestow some wisdom on you, to share their knowledge or their wisdom. And you may be seeking this person out, or they could be seeking you out to find your wisdom, because you're not nobody here either. You want to know, right? So you found out information yourself. Maybe you're exchanging. Now, this is a bit of an agitated energy, the 5 of Wands. It's competition, but it's within a group that's working together usually. Everybody has their own idea of how they want things to go. Everybody's going to put their 2 cents in. It could get a little agitated, a little heated. There can be some lively debate. It can also just be a fun competition, right? It doesn't have to be horrible or anything like that. But there is this sort of internal agitation, or external actually, because it's a bit fiery. And there are other people involved here. So part of this is making the decision of, okay, who's right? Who's got the right answer here? Or that kind of energy. Who do I cut out? What ideas do I leave by the wayside? It's kind of like that energy. So there is definitely some decisions that are going to need to be made. A lot of really big personalities here, but they're people who have mastered things. Master of his emotion, master of his passion, master of the material. So those are pretty big energies. They're not people who are trying, they are people who have achieved. So the King of Pentacles can maybe help refine the situation. All right, so let's follow this logic here. This is very interesting, I think. Once we have mastered our emotion, through things that have happened in the past, we can become quite knowledgeable. We know then. And we can put that into practice, right? We can put those passions, and even if this is an internal sort of agitation, it's causing us to make some decisions. It's causing us to think logically, but also to put the energy also into our intuitive mental constructs. And it's creating sort of like, I feel kind of like it's divine discontent with the 5 of Wands, right? It's that little discontent inside that something's not right, it just isn't gelling, or that doesn't work, or what's not. And we're mulling it over. We're dealing with that kind of energy so that we can solidify it with the King of Pentacles and make our wish come true, right? Refining a situation. Definitely, without a doubt. So these can even be the steps that you go through. Now remember, this is possibly up till 6 months, right? So this could be 2 months, 2 months, 2 months. But by the end of this 6 months, you will have perfected something with the Temperance card. Now, not only will you have perfected something, but you will have learned to temper your emotions, your passions that bring you fruition. The King of Pentacles creates small changes to make big sweeping changes, to make something solid and real. He's patient, he's diligent, and he is persistent in his efforts. And this is something that you're going to learn. Now it's going to be through other people possibly, or this can be just your particular journey. But you will master things. This is pretty wonderful, Taurus. Yeah, I like it. And there can be people along the way that can help you, or this can just be you. But there's absolute refinement with the Temperance. We're changing base metals into gold. This is alchemy. Now, this is often very internal, but the changes are always reflected in the external world. Our emotions, our inner world is reflected back to us from the outer world. Always remember that. So what you see on the outside is something that's going on in an internal level. And if you change it on an internal level, it changes externally. That's the way it works. Okay, so what the Spirit wants you to know, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, another five. Five is that discontent. Five is the roller coaster ride. Five is the ups and downs of any situation so that it pushes you to find the balance that you're looking for. Six, right? Finding that balance and then moving forward from there. So for me, this is like taking all the challenges that you've had, you put them together and you are like, what did I learn from this? And how can I apply it to my situation now? That's how I see it, as far as Spirit giving you some kind of advice. These are challenges that we face together, the Five of Pentacles. So this may not be just for you. This can be for a group, for a family, for your community, for the world. It could be that big, especially with the Temperance card there. And the Empress card. So there's this real nurturing kind of energy here that goes along with this card quite well, with the Empress card. It's very sweet, it's very nurturing. You could be nurturing ideas that you have with that with that King of Wands, nurturing some passions that you would like to put into the outer world and solidify it somehow. Okay, I'll leave it there. I think that's pretty complete. We'll get the nuances as we go on through this next 6 months, but this is a really good start, and it kind of gives you an idea of how you're going to finish. And quite frankly, with the Nine of Cups, you're going to finish big. You're going to get your wish. Just don't gloat. That would be bad. That would throw off that Temperance card. Be grateful. Okay? I'm sure you will be, Taurus. You're Venus. Okay, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. I will be back in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. I do dailies, and that's all I have to say about that. Take good care. Thanks for listening. Bye.